Welcome to Mr. Giant Reacts and Tig and Tig and Tig. I'm Mr. Giant back with another video for you. And I'm back with another reaction. And this one is about Romanian gymnastics. The one thing that catapulted me into finding out about Romania. This one is called Beyond the Perfect 10, The Unstoppable Rise of Ana Maria Bărbosu. That's that one I see a thing. So let's go ahead and YouTube and so let's get right into the vibe and check out what go on with Romanian gymnastics.
In 1976, at the Montreal Olympics, the gymnastics scoreboard literally broke because it couldn't display a perfect 10. That moment established the Romanian national program as the global standard.
That right there is what really made me go, Romania. Oh, where is that? What's that place? That sounds kind of exotic. You know what I mean? I knew about it before, but it was then that I saw, I saw this little itty bitty girl on there just went out there and blasted this perfect 10. And I didn't really know anything about gymnastics then. You know what I mean? I didn't actually started watching gymnastics regularly during the Olympics until then. Because I remember sitting there watching Nadia Comaneci come out there. I was like, whoa, look at this little kid, man. She's terrorizing them out there, you know what I mean? And she got a perfect 10. And come to find out that the scoreboard wasn't equipped for a perfect 10 at that point. You understand what I'm saying? So she just blew the whole gymnastic world wide open. And after that, we heard about her a lot on the island, Nadia Comaneci, little girls were doing cartwheels and stuff outside, everybody was, she put gymnastics on the map, to tell you the truth, because I didn't think about that. A lot of us on the island did not think about that until she did that.
A sovereign dynasty defined by absolute precision and a strict classical elegance. That dynasty was fueled by the National Training Center at Deva. It operated as a highly centralized, demanding factory system. Young athletes were expected to be compliant instruments, subordinating their personal identities entirely to the rigorous expectations of the state. But as the global landscape of the sport modernized, that machinery began to fail. State funding contracted, and the rigid cultural model struggled to adapt to modern standards of athlete welfare, breaking a pipeline that produced champions for 30 years. This chart shows Romanian Olympic gymnastics team medals over 4 decades. You can see a steady, dominant presence that suddenly flatlines right after the 2012 London Games. For the next 2 Olympic cycles, Rio in 2016 and Tokyo in 2020, Romania failed to qualify a full team. To revive its legacy, the country didn't need another quiet soldier following the old rules. It required a complete departure from the historical blueprint. In the eastern Romanian city of Focșani, coaches at a local sports school noticed a 4-year-old with uncontainable physical energy. They gave her a nickname, Argent Viu, or Living Silver. Unlike previous generations trained to accept instructions in silence, she asked questions. She wanted to know the specific mechanics and the reasoning behind her training, insisting on being an active participant in her own development. Her intuitive understanding of spatial relationships and fearless commitment to complex tumbling made it obvious that strict, punitive confinement wouldn't work. Her coaches realized she needed a liberated environment to actually thrive. That combination of internal physical drive and sharp intellectual curiosity produced a completely different kind of competitor for the national team. As a junior, she swept all 6 possible gold medals at the 2020 European Championships in Mersin, winning the team, all-around, vault, uneven bars, balance beam, and floor exercise titles in a single week. By 2023, at the World Championships in Antwerp, her stoic reliability across all 4 apparatus.
You know what's crazy about this year? I didn't know about her until recently, because you live in an area where the athletes are so pumped up. They're constantly on YouTube. They're constantly on TikTok. They're constantly, and it's the athletes from that specific region, unless the sport is dominant elsewhere, like cricket. or even football for that matter, you know what I mean? People still look to Europe and other countries to watch, football. The MLS is picking up, but like gymnastics and stuff, you don't hear anything about any other countries, a little bit about the Chinese and stuff like that, but, it's like she was rising, but I didn't know about it because you don't. I only know about it because I'm into Romanian culture. You have to be into the culture of the country to figure it out, unless how Nadia did the perfect 10 and boom, the whole world vibe up. I do think something happened in 2024 with her, like a medal controversy that brought her to the forefront a little bit there. Let's keep watching this.
Anchored a young, rebuilding Romanian squad, securing their qualification for the Paris 2024 Olympics. Her success on the competition floor was underwritten by an equally rigorous life outside the gymnasium. She graduated as high school valedictorian, scoring a perfect 10.0 in geography and a 9.80 in history on her baccalaureate exams, the highly demanding standardized tests required for university admission in Romania. At age 14, she competed in the Physics Olympics. During intensive national gymnastics training camps, she spent her downtime reading heavy novels and studying literature on sustainable technologies. This broad academic foundation provided a psychological armor. Because her identity was anchored in multiple disciplines, she was insulated from being entirely consumed by the singular, crushing pressure of elite sport. That psychological armor was severely tested during the women's floor exercise final at the Paris 2024 Olympics. The Bercy Arena was unusually tense, filled with thousands of spectators, generating an intense, compressed atmosphere. She delivered a razor-sharp routine, earning a 13.700. Believing she had secured the Olympic bronze medal, she grabbed the Romanian flag and began to celebrate. This timeline maps the administrative failure. Rules dictate a strict 1-minute window to contest a score. An inquiry for gymnast Jordan Childs was filed 64 seconds after the score posted, 4 seconds late. Officials accepted it anyway, stripping her of the bronze medal. A massive legal battle followed at the Court of Arbitration for Sport, the international body resolving athletic disputes, over the enforcement of that 1-minute deadline. The controversy quickly devolved into a bitter nationalistic war on social media. While the internet tore itself apart, she took to the microphone and stated clearly that no athlete was at fault for an administrative error. She advocated publicly that she, Jordan Childs, and teammate Sabrina Minesca-Voina should all receive bronze medals. Her refusal to participate in the institutional mudslinging demonstrated how an 18-year-old athlete could navigate a massive systemic failure with far more moral clarity than the governing bodies themselves. Following the Olympics, she executed a highly publicized club transfer, moving from the historic military club CSA Steaua to their fierce rivals, CS Dinamo. This was a calculated negotiation. The transfer legally secured her professional autonomy, allowing her to reside and train in the United States while maintaining her eligibility to compete for the Romanian national team. That legal maneuvering enabled her to enroll at Stanford University. She became the first active Romanian national team member to compete in the American NCAA collegiate system. The NCAA governs high-level university athletics in the U.S., offering a uniquely dense and highly collaborative competitive season. This transition shattered the traditional Eastern European blueprint of geographic isolation. It proved an elite gymnast could conduct global academic research and compete for a collegiate team in California without abandoning her national flag. On March 7, 2026, the Stanford Cardinal hosted the UCLA Bruins. It marked the first time she and Jordan Childs shared a competition floor since the controversy in Paris. Dismantling months of adversarial media narratives, the two collegiate gymnasts found each other on the floor and shared a genuine, warm embrace, cheering each other on throughout the meet. Ending Romania's 12-year medal drought secured her place in national history. Rebuilding the archetype of the elite athlete secured her place in the sport's history. She proved that champions are built on intellect, grace, and absolute autonomy.
The fact that the idiots on top of fighters and the two athletes are coming together, boom. See, that's what sports is about there. You understand what I'm saying? I love sports. I love it. I watch Some of it. Not as much as I used to. Like, I didn't watch a whole lot of the World Cup because it's the constant complaining. Oh, the refs are cheating. The refs have been paid off. Bad call. Oh, FIFA is corrupt. All that other crap cannot kill the vibe of sitting there and just enjoying the game. Because they have to talk about the bloody controversy over and over. It's not like these games haven't had controversies before. All that talk overshadows the players and stuff. And the only people who really enjoy the game are the people who are into the game. The majority of people are just in for the politics of everything, the complaining of everything. You understand what I'm saying? The problem, I think, with sports, to a certain degree, is the money. Money is a problem in everything. You start putting money in stuff, because everybody trying to make a penny off of everything. The training you gotta pay, the travel you gotta pay. You know what I mean? You gotta pay to stay in places. It's become part of the ecosystem that sort of props up some economies and stuff. And the actual sporting part of it gets lost because of the money vibe of it. See what I'm saying? It's just crazy how it is. So then, the fight over the medal was, they wanted the team to win, but there's a lot of money coming behind it, If you win a medal in the Olympics and stuff, boy, you get all those endorsements and, coaches get this and that and the other and all of that kind of stuff. It's just too much of it. I'm not saying it shouldn't be in there. Too much of it kills the vibe, man. You can't just sit down and enjoy a game, just because, hey, it's a game. And that's one reason why I didn't watch the World Cup too much. Like, I'd go to sporting events here and just watch parents like get into fights with each other, yell at the referee or the umpire, whatever game I'm watching, just scream and yell. And it's like, hey, it's a game. Especially when it's sports that your kids are just going to play college sports and move on. They're not going to go pro in anything. You know how few people go pro in anything? And that doesn't mean to say that, okay, in the States, college players are getting paid. No. I think they should get paid. The exuberant amounts that they get in, I don't think they should be getting. Like a college kid shouldn't be getting $2-3 million to go to college. He's not going to college. Do you think he's going to pay attention in school or anything like that? No, he's not. He's getting paid. He's getting paid to play, period. He's not getting paid to get a bloody education. Now, whether they should be getting money? Yes. Because I played college sports and I was flat broke. And all the rules were meant to keep you flat broke and playing. Because everybody knows that the education is not the part of it that's important. It's how much money you bring in for them bloody schools. So, yep, they should get paid. However, what they should do, on top of them paying, is give them classes on how to manage money. Please give these kids classes on how to manage money. But anyway, this is about Ana Maria Bărbosu. Hopefully, I'm going to keep an eye on her. She's like 20 now because she was 18 back in 2024. So she's at her 2021. And I do know that she's still doing gymnastics because I saw something about her. So I'm going to check upon her to see how she's doing the thing. First medal for Romania in a couple of decades at the Olympics. So maybe Romania gymnastics is coming back. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't say we need another Nadia Comaneci. We need somebody to come and do another perfect 10 for Romania. You know what I'm saying? A couple of perfect 10s. Let's go. Let's do better. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But drop a like on the video, comment down below. Let me know what you think. You all have a great day. Let's keep the love in this world, okay?